Hi, we're Charmas, and we're on the Celtic Music Journal.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Celtic Music Journal. It's summer, and summer means barbecues, family get-togethers, vacations, and it's also a great time of the year for bands and musicians to ramp up their touring schedules. Our first journal comes to us from the Central California coast. This versatile band is touring in support of their latest album, Songs of the Sea, and even more recently, a song and video called Jumpin' Jack O'Neill's. Here to give us a lesson on sea shanties is Charmas.
I took me to a session when I was 13. It was sort of a Celtic jam session, but they also did sea shanties there in New Hampshire. And it was so, in Portsmouth. It was so crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'd never heard anything like it. There was so much energy. A lot of these people had actually sailed and lived part of their life on the sea or on different islands around there, and it was fascinating.
This is Aaron Clegg. He's our lead singer. He plays Celtic wooden flute, silver flute, penny whistle, saxophone when we're doing different kinds of music. And this is Phil Johnston, relatively new. He's been with us about a year. He plays guitar. He also sings lead. He sings beautiful harmonies with Aaron.
It's a way into the western. It's a place a man should go, where the fishing always easy, and they got no ice or snow. But I'll haul down the sails where the bays come together, and I'll hide away my days on the dunes of Ireland.
Sometimes we perform as a full band. We have Phil German playing bass for us now. But on our Songs of the Sea, we had Jim Powell, another guitarist. Also, Russ Bennett plays bowron on our CD. So we have the Celtic drum and more American drum.
We have a drummer named Stephen Valley who's really a percussionist.
I'm Elise McGregor Farrell, and I fiddle and I play Scottish bagpipes. Back in 2013, when Charmas first became a band, we were just playing Scottish and Irish pub songs and traditional dance tunes, which are really popular here because of all the great Irish sessions we have in Santa Cruz. So when Aaron joined the band a year later, we were looking for something to distinguish ourselves from what was already being done. And he taught us the sea shanties. And we thought, wow, this is also Celtic music, and it's really perfect for where we live.
San Francisco has a really big maritime history. Of course, around the gold rush, there were all these people sailing over here that wanted to become miners to mine for gold. So a lot of these ships were stranded because the sailors didn't want to sail anymore. So some of the captains would resort to hiring Shanghaiers that would kidnap people by brutal means. As soon as they arrived in town, they wanted to get a little bit of rest, go get a drink, and maybe somebody put a drug in their drink. Sometimes these saloons would even have a certain seat that would go above a trap door, and so they'd be sitting there, just got into town, thank God I'm on dry land again, and then they'd shoot down the trap door, and then they'd end up on the ship. When they woke up, they were out 10 miles off the coast.
What part of the city did that routinely happen in?
Well, the Barbary Coast, I guess.
Exactly.
This is the second biggest Shanghai in the world was done in San Francisco. Or the second, how do I say this? It was the second most number of Shanghai events.
The
The Shanghai
capital.
There we go. It's the
Second
Shanghai.
only to what? Actually,
Maybe Shanghai. I don't know. Carolina's fine, but St. George is fine. Bully down in Shinbone now. And it's help me Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. If you're pulling on a rope to get a sail up or do some task, raise the anchor or whatever on a ship, you gotta all pull at the same time and it's gotta be coordinated. And so, a long time ago, people used to just say, 1, 2, 3, pull, and it was, I guess they got bored with that, so they decided, well, let's sing a song that's got a certain rhythm, and we'll all pull when we sing certain words of the song. And
so the captains eventually noticed that once sea shanties became adopted by the crew, the efficiency level went up, and the crew's morale was better while they were working, and they probably had started to encourage it quite heavily. So.
Yeah, and the other thing that's interesting about sea shanties is that sailors could kind of say whatever they wanted, including insulting the captain, as long as they were singing and doing work. That was allowed. Of course, they couldn't do it in their speech, but in the song they could call the captain a dirty old man or whatever.
Make references to the captain on the poop deck.
Yeah. Dirty old man's on the poop was a common line from the song. And sometimes they would be telling a story. Some of the Irish and English shanties would be telling a story, and some of the ones of African descent, they would be more improvised. The words would just be made up right on the spot. Sometimes they'd be giving sort of instructions on what to do during the words of the song. Clouds are upon the summer sky, there's thunder in the wind. Pull on, and homeward hie, ne'er give one look behind. Row on, another day may shine with brighter light. Ply the oars and pull away, there's dawn beyond the night. Of course, the English had a big navy, and the Spanish and the French did too. There were shanties from all those cultures. And a lot of the shanties were influenced by Hawaiian music and Hawaiian culture and West Indies. A lot of these ships spent a lot of time over there and incorporated Hawaiian sailors.
The African influence has also brought some more, I guess, musically pentatonic type melodies to sea shanties, which bluesy scales, if you will.
And syncopated rhythms.
Syncopated rhythms, yes. And so you had all these different cultures getting on these ships and mingling with each other and sharing what they thought was best about theirs with the other cultures, and you get this wonderful melting pot on a ship.
So this is why Stephen at our last show raised his hand and said, is this the first world music?
Yes, it's in
I see.
First world music, but the first world music.
The first truly global music probably really is, because ships were the first ways that cultures really mixed in real time within somebody's lifetime. That day there was a great demand for sailors. For the colonies and for Frisco and for France. So I joined the lively bark they called the Hotspur. Like a paralytic drunk on my advance. My honey lay back, taking the slack. They could turn around the capstan heave upon. The battleship station boys be handy. We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn.
Up spoke the cook of our gallant ship, and the crazy old butcher was he. I care much more for me kettles and me pots than I do for the bottom of the sea. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors go skipping on the top, while the London lovers lie down below, while the London lovers lie down below.
Sea shanties, it's just such a robust expression of a cappella singing, and especially when you get a bunch of men up there sounding manly, it takes on kind of a life of its own, So
I remember I was singing sea shanties with some friends of mine who were into that in New Hampshire, and it was a hot summer night. We were drinking beer and singing sea shanties, and then a thunderstorm started. So we went outside and we're standing there in the pouring rain, barefoot in the mud, singing sea shanties like at the top of our lungs at night with this thunderstorm.
Join the clan, Clan Inebriated, where their motto is Bujak, Bukarjin, Buspors, to drink, to friends, to fun. Quality merchandise, too. Visit claninebriated.com. Our next story features an award-winning Scottish and Cape Breton-style fiddler from the Boston area. Currently on tour in support of her latest album, Trip to Walden Pond, let's meet the Hanneke Cassel Band. I'm with Hanneke Cassel and her band. She's on tour across the country, and pleasure to see you guys.
Thanks for having us.
They're in support of Trip to Walden Pond, the latest album. Is this your 10th?
It's not my 10th. It's, I think, my 7th album.
7th, okay.
Yeah.
Enough.
Although I have some other duo albums, so maybe collectively it is 10.
Very good. Congratulations, guys, on this thing. This is beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, both what's on the disc and this beautiful packaging here. Just want to talk a little bit about it. First thing I want to know is, what is the Trip to Walden Pond? Tell us about the title.
Well, this is Walden Pond right here, and it's a beautiful pond in Massachusetts. It's actually a really famous historical place. Thoreau lived on that pond in a little cabin, and so, you know, people go there to see the trail and see the little house he lived in, but then we also like to go there to swim. It's like really amazing. So Mike and I went there one day and like had a really amazing day, and then I wrote this tune the next day called Trip to Walden Pond.
That's nice. Tell us about some of the selections on Trip to Walden Pond. What do you got going on here musically?
Well, there's actually a bunch of tunes that I composed that were written to benefit Many Hopes, which is an organization that supports a home in Kenya, a home that rescues orphaned and abandoned girls from the streets of Mtwapa, Kenya. And so I started doing something where you can donate a very large sum of money to Many Hopes, and in exchange I'll write a tune. And the person who donates the money can pick the name of the tune and ask me about the tune.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's actually several tunes on this album that are about people I actually haven't even met, but I've kind of heard their stories, and so it's a little bit unique compared to some of my other albums.
You've also got, I'm reading the liner notes here, you've got a lot of stuff going on with friends and family, writing things for people who got married, and you've got other topics going on.
Yeah. There's a tune called Carly's Glenfinnan Wedding, written for my friend Carly Williams when she got married in Glenfinnan, Scotland. She got married in a castle, and I wrote that tune for her for wedding day.
That's nice.
Yeah,
so it's a beautiful album. Mike, I wanted to ask you real quick. I see you seem to play the cello in a very unique fashion, and is that what I mean by that is that you're holding this thing in air or wearing it on a belt or something? I haven't seen anybody else doing that. Is anybody else doing that?
Yeah, so I play cello standing up with a strap because it's awesome. And cello is usually played seated. And in a band like this and a lot of non-classical groups, it's really nice to be standing and able to interact with the other band members and even the audience too. And so I was inspired by a good friend of ours who used to play in this band, Rashad Eggleston, and he was standing with a guitar strap for a while. And then the strap that I play on and that you'll see tonight is actually one that I've designed myself. And we even sell them. So hopefully you'll see more and more of it as time goes by.
and I met at Berklee College of Music back, I think in 98, 97?
Yeah, 97.
Yeah, and I was a rock guitarist, just like about 1,000 other guys there at Berklee, and she said, well, why don't you come and play rock, you know, underneath my Celtic tunes and we'll see what happens. And so we did it, and now it's almost 20 years later, so wow.
We need to know about a website where people can go and learn more about Hanneke Cassel.
Yeah, so my website is www.hannekecassel.com. That's spelled HANNEKECASSEL.com. And then there's also micblockmusic.com. And also, if you're interested in standing up playing the cello, there's cellostrap.com.
Nice, nice. Excellent product placement.
Yeah.
We're very much excited to see the show. Thanks for taking a few minutes with 67 Music and the Celtic Music Journal. Thanks again for coming to share with you. And again, that's HannekeCassel.com and all the other websites. Check them out and pick up the CD. You will not regret it. Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Summer is also peak Scottish Highland Games season. 67 Music has been a longtime sponsor of the Portland Highland Games Association. We recently attended a fun event with another Portland Games sponsor, Portland Brewing, who created Highland Games Scottish Ale just for the Portland Games. Let's take a look at the fun.
My name is Ryan. I'm the head brewer at Portland Brewing, and I just wanted to take a quick moment and introduce the beer that we're releasing today for the Highland Games. This beer is the Highland Games Scottish Ale. It's got a pretty direct name. This beer is based on a beer we made over the last few years called Noble Scott. It has a sweet caramel background with a bit of smokiness and some roast, with some bitterness in the finish to clean it off. It's a nice Scottish-inspired beer, but definitely made here in the Pacific Northwest, where we have different craft beer tastes.
Very drinkable.
Very drinkable. That's what we're going for. Perfect. You're doing well. There's not a lot of this beer around, so be sure to enjoy as much as you would like today, responsibly, of course. It's here today. It will be at the games next weekend, and that will be just about it. So please enjoy it while you can. We're so glad to make this beer for the Highland Games and to be do our small part to contribute to the festivities next weekend and today. So thanks for being here. Hope you're all having a great afternoon. Let's raffle some stuff off now.
All right, here we go. All right, the ticket ending in 1928, please. You got it? 1928, come on up here. John, what do we got for her?
Where's the CDs?
Right there, to your right.
I want to set these here.
A whole grip of CDs for you. No, she gets them all.
Oh, you get them all?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Trifecta. All right, congratulations.
This next one's going to be for one of the posters for the McTarnahan Scottish Ale.
Okay, a poster for a McTarnahan Scottish Ale.
Sign.
Or sign. This is, okay, the ticket ending in 1925, please.
It's your lucky day, man.
Very good.
It's actually my son's lucky day. He'll love this. Yeah,
Here comes John, look at that.
He's got a new apartment. This will work perfect.
There you
Oh,
go.
sweet. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very good. Let's hear it.
He's got 2 tickets for the Highland Games next Saturday.
2 tickets
July
for the
15th.
games. Okay, here we go. That's going to be good. All right, ticket ending in 1294, folks. Oh, I see someone coming. Awesome. 2 tickets to the games next weekend. All right. Congratulations, sir.
There you go.
All right, enjoy.
Just want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Portland Brewing for really putting this together, and the folks here at the Highland Stillhouse, and also for Steve with 67 Music coming up and getting the festivities going. We got a big week coming up and a big weekend, so we're excited.
Very good.
Thanks, folks.
Where is it at?
Mount Hood Community College in Gresham next weekend.
It's the Portland Scottish Highland Games.
Celebrate your inner Scot. Gather your whole clan and join the fun at the Scottish Highland Games, presented by the Portland Highland Games Association. Come out and enjoy Scottish Games traditions such as heavy athletics, Highland dancing, pipe bands, Celtic music, whiskey tasting, vendors, children's activities, and much more. Always the third Saturday in July. Go to phga.org for tickets and info. Stumptown Kilts, men's and women's modern kilts. Our next story features a dynamic duo that have been performing and recording together for a number of years. Out on the road currently with their latest record called Rough Diamonds are Alan Reid and Rob Van Sante.
And I get all days of the Lothian mines. And I get all days of the Lothian mines. Rough diamonds.
Can I get a little history of how you guys came together and decided to write songs and perform and create a duo?
I was in Battlefield Band from the age of 19, 5 or 6 decades ago, and Rob joined as a lighting engineer.
Lighting engineer, merchandiser, potter glue, and then I progressed. I joined in 1990, I think, 1991 maybe, and I travelled around Europe with the band. And in '97, the then sound guy left, so I took his job over.
Yeah, but Rob had been a folk musician prior to that, so I knew he was a really good guitar player and singer. And in the year 2000, we started a part-time duo for work, and when when we were available outside of Battlefield Band tours. And then 2010, we both decided that we would concentrate on the duo, so we both left the band and have been touring every year in the US since then, and other places as well.
Passing places on the highway to your dreams. Passing places, they assign chocolate and streams. As for a while these western isles enfold in their way. Passing places, you remember all your day.
To give us a description of the kind of material you guys are doing. Are you doing originals, or are you doing Scottish folk classics, or a little bit of both?
We're doing a mix of songs that I've written either during my band years or since the duo started. Because we've done 4 albums now, and each one of them is a mix of my songs, songs that Rob sings that are either traditional or written by other people, and I sing a couple of traditional ones, and we include some of the songs from my Battlefield Band era as well. So but almost all the original songs are traditional in style. So it's a traditional sounding duo with lots of harmonies and a few choruses as well, because we like to rope in the audience and make them do a wee bit of work as well.
I can't let it go too much farther without recognizing your induction into the Scots Trad Hall Music Hall of Fame. Excuse me. Was that like last November?
That was last November.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That was a great night. We had 13 or 14 of the school of folk that was a Battlefield Band. Some guys couldn't make it, but it was a great occasion, and we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, congratulations! That's a big lifetime achievement, and it must be very satisfying to continue writing and creating and touring.
It is, especially at our age, you know. You know, we're not going to getting any younger. But
Age is a number, right? Yeah.
Age is a number.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are lucky that we still are able to do it, you know, and it's great to meet new folks and just to sing for people and, you know, and make them feel good about music and stuff like that.
The fisherman, the ferryman, the sailor, thank the Lord for the keeper of the flame, the keeper of the flame. Lie, 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 lie.
What's coming up with you guys? Is there something you haven't done that you would like to do, or what's in the future for Reid Van Sante?
We're doing another album.
Oh, excellent.
Our 5th album, which we have recorded all over the world, basically, in little bits and pieces when we could. We haven't really been in the studio. So it's just talking to a friend of mine last night, and he says, well, but if you put all the names that you'd be recording on it, you know, you run out of cover space. And but that's next on the cards. So, and that should be out in maybe July, beginning of August.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for that.
Sun that he brought loud and high, each on the roads to the isle of Skye. Let every clan their slogan cry and rise and follow Charlie. Hatching forward, forward, forward. Hatching forward, forward, forward. Hatching forward, forward.
What's the website, gentlemen, that people can go to learn more about you?
www.reidvansante, REIDVANSANTE.com. COM.
It's just that easy. Yeah.
Just that easy.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it up.
Didn't have to. It's just right there.
I know.
Just rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off the tongue, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have the album out for a tour of Germany. That's our next big tour. Personally, I would like to try and play in all the states of the US before I hang up my whatever is a hang up. I've got 4 that I haven't played in. So
you're getting close then.
Yeah, but they're pretty obscure states.
Do tell.
The Dakotas, Mississippi, and what do you call it? Nebraska.
Okay.
So summertime, I think, for at least 3 of them.
That sounds good. For sure.
Nebraska is on the cards, I believe, is it not?
Yeah, I'm working on that one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We're looking forward to seeing the show tonight. Thanks for sitting with us. And we wish you continued success in your musical endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right. We'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in June. It's sweetly played in June.
For information on how to submit your Celtic Music Journal, go to 67music.net. I'd like to thank the artists that appeared on today's show: Charmas, Hanneke Cassel and her band, Alan Reid and Rob Van Sante. Support live music and independent artists. Go to their websites, sign up for their email lists, go to their shows, and tell all your friends. Also, a reminder that you can watch all editions of the Celtic Music Journal anytime on my website, 67music.net. Also, find and like us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Steve for the Celtic Music Journal. Happy summer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.